Hey, what's up everyone, Vortex here and welcome back to Vortex Raid Shadow Legends. Guys, in today's video we have a special guest, we have Scratch. Welcome, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here, man. Talk with another fellow Romanian about Raid Shadow Legends.
I like the fact that we are only three of us, Romanians, me, you and Odd1 Gaming. And hopefully maybe more Romanians will join this.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it will be nice. Anyway, guys, today what we're gonna do in this video, we're gonna talk a little bit, let's say like an interview between a mid-game player like me and an end-game player like Scratch, and see how we approach the game on a daily basis, like in different content of the game, Hydra, Clan Boss, fusions, stuff like that. And hopefully the purpose of the video will be to learn a little bit more from Scratch and approach that end game, you know, see what mentality he has when he's playing the game compared to a mid-game player like me, and maybe we will get some good advice from him. So
maybe not, who knows,
we'll see. Maybe you are gonna do the same things that a mid-game player is doing, so
you know? Most likely, who knows.
Okay, so let's start with the first thing, and it's going to be obviously the quests. Okay, daily quests. Let's start from this one. I'm pretty sure you're gonna do all the daily quests like pretty much everyone else for the shards. However, I'm interested about the advanced quests. Do you even bother with this?
Oh yeah, man. So I'm endgame, right? I'm not a free-to-play player whatsoever, but every bit of energy is valuable. All the gems are valuable, so pretty much everything's valuable. I do tend to value a lot like chaos ores, things like this that the majority of players don't value as much, you know. But when we are talking about the quests, especially the advanced quests as well, they do give you some good energy from there. And I don't really care about the top part of the milestones from the quests, you know. I don't really bother so much about like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a legendary book or I'm gonna get a chicken or the XP boost and stuff. But what I do care about more is getting the faction war keys, getting the gems, getting the energy, basically. So that's kind of like my main priority. So basically, a day when I'm playing, the first thing that I'm trying to kind of like knock out of the park will be the quests.
Okay, all right. Because, for example, compared to me, like a mid-game player, I don't like some of these quests because they are like, they ask you to do some stuff that I don't want to be bothered with that. For example, when you have to fight a certain team in arena with a certain team composition, I really hate that part. So most of those, I'm not doing them. I try to do some of them, for example, but I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't really bother that much with those. Maybe that's a thing that I should learn and do like on a daily basis, just for the energy and stuff like that. And plus, I think, you know, books and chickens, they're important as well for a mid-game player, you know. So maybe this is something that I need to learn a little bit more and start doing them, because
more control. Yeah, I hate those quests as well. So do the Hydra key. I hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Forces me to do a Hydra key. Thankfully, we're not going crazy every single Hydra clash, so every now and then I can just throw in a key, let it go on auto 10 minutes or whatever, get the damage that I need and close that run, you know. But they are very annoying quests in the advanced ones, and I feel like it is important to get those books as well. Don't get me wrong, everybody will have some value out of the books. I don't have all of my champions booked and stuff. Books are still important, but I feel like I'm not too stressed about getting that one book once a month or so. I'm definitely more stressed about ensuring that I'm getting that 180 energy every single day from there, you know, because those will be a few runs in a dungeon that might give me just silver, or they might give me some decent gear, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Again, maybe I should start work on this one a little bit more, because as you can see, I haven't done mine yet. So maybe I should focus on this one a little bit more. Okay, so we're done with this. We're gonna come back to some other stuff here, but let's go for a little bit on all this content here. So campaign, we're gonna skip it because it's not like everyone is doing some campaign, especially for events and tournaments. So I don't think it's necessary to talk about this. However, I'm curious about Iron Twins. Do you farm them every day and you buy you spend 150 gems to buy them, or you just do it like me just on Sunday?
So up to the Odin Championship tournament that we had a while ago, right?
Yeah.
I used to every single day buy the keys, you know.
Okay.
It was like literally a thing that doesn't matter how many gems I had left. But now, because we do have the Odin dungeon as well, you know, I don't care so much about wasting 150 gems to get the keys. I prefer to use that energy, the gems into energy for the Odin dungeon. So right now, at the moment, for a few weeks, I'm only doing 6 keys, except Sundays when I'm getting double.
Okay.
Because I'm doing Sunday, I'm always buying the keys. Like everybody should do it. Free to play, low spenders. On Sunday, everybody should buy double keys.
Yeah, of course, if you manage to farm, and I mean they nerfed it, so it's a lot easier now.
They're pretty easy, the dungeons.
Yeah. So yeah, I do this, but I don't really farm during the week. For me, as a mid-game player, I don't really have access to that many resources, so I'm trying to save a little bit for the next fusion. So wasting that energy, if it wasn't the energy and just keys, I would farm every day, and I would even spend the gems. However, wasting that energy, I mean, it's not wasting because you do need the souls, but I feel like I should spend my energy in either save it or spend it in other places, except for Sunday, like you said, where I do it pretty much every Sunday, and I spend the gems for the extra keys.
So yeah, the only thing is you're capping your energy, which means that you're in fact losing energy, not saving energy.
I know that. However, this is because I did spend some money and I bought some energy, so it stayed there. Gotcha. So
you upped it up,
yeah. So then from here now I said, okay, let's leave it there, and I try to save most of the refills and have them for the next fusion when it comes.
Yeah, that's definitely the best way to do it. You get every second day you get a free refill from a little pack, appreciation pack. So that's something that everybody should save as free-to-play low spenders for fusions and different events. But the rest of the energy should definitely be consumed. And you should try to do the 6 keys every single day. I know you do need to use 120 energy to get that done. But the main thing that you're getting from there is not necessarily the flashy coins that will allow you to buy a few small soul stones, which, by the way, with the time, they do add up, right? So as we're going to have tomorrow, the new Deck of Fate, if you were saving a couple of hundred of the small soul stones for the last couple of months, you are gonna just pretty much nail that event tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Without having to buy soul stones and stuff.
Yeah, that's
the main thing is you're getting the essence,
Yeah, I don't care about the Deck of Fate for the moment because I was lucky enough to pull Freya. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so for me it's I'm done with that one. Maybe I would take a look and see if I can find any good rewards there and maybe get some, but I don't care about getting Freya.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's an amazing champion, by the way. I still need to book to make her better for my Hydra team, but she's a really good champion, and I think everyone should go for her. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, all this stuff here, I think is like whatever, I mean, we could talk about the Minotaur, but I think this is mainly if you really care about the champion, that if you get a good champion, if you care, you will farm it, or you can spend the gems if you have them. I don't know, as an endgame player, do you spend gems for this or no?
No, I always farm it, bro. The main reason is because for every single champion, you're saving 150 to 200 gems, so that adds up a lot. Like I have hundreds and hundreds of champions with masteries. If I would just burn all of the gems, would not be worth it. I'll rather farm gear instead, So for me, gear is the most important thing next to your champion. So I'm trying to basically preserve as much energy and gems as possible to basically farm gear or farm dust, farm powders to basically ascend my gear.
Yeah, we will go back to that one in a second because that's another. What I wanted to ask, when you farm Minotaur, do you usually do it like for on a champion training event and you farm Minotaur and you? Okay.
I just do it whenever I need to get a master.
Okay. Because I know some people do it.
If today I summon a new champion and I like that champion, I want to try that champion. It's gonna be in Mino, 15-20 minutes. It's gonna be done after. I just use a champion to solo the Mino with the other champions, basically.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so you already talked about the new event dungeon, so you said you're farming it. So do you even bother with the rest of them, like Dragon Slayer, Fire Knight? Okay, so
just fusion events, tournaments, 2,250 points, gather fragments, champion.
Yeah,
closed it.
Okay, so it's the same for everyone. Except Spider. I think Spider is still one that you should farm. Unless
I think you shouldn't farm Spider now because you're getting accessories from the Odin dungeon more than gear, and those accessories are like 100 times better than the Spider's accessories,
Yeah.
So I personally, because I know I kind of like made a video saying that the Spider is dead for the moment, and I definitely stick with that belief. It's no point to farm the Spider because you're basically just getting the regular accessories that are there forever. Everything is getting power creep to like an insane level in Raid Shadow Legends, and right now is the spider that is really getting destroyed. And most likely, new gear sets will come in the future that will overshadow the spider even more.
Okay, so do you think? I'm not sure who made this video. Maybe it was you that I saw, or it was someone else who was saying that they should change this gear and make it like sets, like 9-piece sets, like all the other ones, and add accessories and stuff like that for like.
Yeah, they should. I'm not sure. Probably I mentioned it as well. Maybe somebody else did like a full video dedicated just to that.
Yeah,
topic,
someone did a full video about this. I can't remember. I think it was Odd One Gaming. I'm not sure, but
it would be good if they would change some of them, because right now this dungeon is a silver dungeon next to the pinpoint, because the rest will just get insta sold, most likely. Very unlikely to keep many pieces from the other gear sets. You might keep one or two god tier pieces that they drop, but the rest will be just insta sold. So you're actually gaining tons of silver while you're farming that dungeon as well because of it.
Okay. So obviously this is the way you think as an end game player. I still think for mid game players and people who start the game, they should still try at least to spend some gems. For example, in Fire Knight to get that Savage set, because it's important, especially if you can't farm the Doom Tower for the little gear, and even like a Dragon for the speed set. There's a lot of them. And obviously, once you get towards the end game player, I think everyone should start farming the Curse set and the Provoke set, which are some of the best sets for Hydra. So, I mean, maybe not the best one, but they're really useful. Okay. So I mean that's what I think. That's my opinion. What do you think about that?
I mean, those dungeons will always be there. 2x events, 3x events will always be dropping in the game. And yes, every player should farm these dungeons when we have events for fusions and stuff. There's no doubt, right?
Yeah.
But then the other one is a limited time dungeon. It's not about FOMO or anything like that. It's just the fact that that dungeon will disappear. It will come back eventually. We don't know when.
Yeah.
So while that dungeon is gone from there, people will have the option to prioritize the Fire Knight and everything else, right? But while this dungeon is on, I really think nothing else comes even close to the value that this dungeon will give you.
Okay, that's good advice. Actually, I'm not really farming that much. I went up to stage 25. I could probably go to 30, but maybe I'm lazy. I think I have the champions, maybe, to do it. But
you can definitely do it. You have a gift pack. I'm sure you have an art pack in there. You have what you need.
Yeah, I think I could do it, but I couldn't bother that much because I don't know. I'm trying to save some energy because I would like to do the next fusion when it comes, if it's a good one, obviously. Because I only did 2 fusions on my account. One was the Harvest Jack when it was like 5 years ago.
I got ages ago, yeah.
Yeah, and Thor, and that's it.
That's it.
So yeah,
no nothing, huh?
No, I went for Newt, and then I think I got caught with other stuff in real life. And at that time, I wasn't making content. I was just a casual player. Yeah, I didn't really care that much. Now I regret it so much, but it's fine. Hopefully, I will get Newt from shards eventually. Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned Sun Devil and Phantom Shogun. As a mid-game player, honestly, I always tell people, don't even bother with this unless you start to go towards end-game player. What do you think?
So those dungeons should definitely not be your main priority when you start progressing through the game. Once you reach a specific stage in the game where you're kind of like not really getting a lot of upgrades from gear, right? So let's just say you're throwing in the Fire Knight 10,000 energy and you get 1 piece from there. That's better than what you have.
Yeah.
So when you're at that stage, that's when you really need to look at those dungeons, because those dungeons will enable you to take your champions to the next level. And yes, they should be farmed as much as possible as well, It comes a point in a game where the RNG is just so bad on the gear drops that it becomes near impossible to get upgrades on regular basis, right? So for my account right now, if I'm going to go to farm the Spider, the Ice Golem, the Dragon, or the Fire Knight, I need to get I don't know, probably I need to put in around 100,000 energy to come back with 3 to 5 pieces that are good.
That's crazy.
So it's not worth it as much to invest that energy into the dungeons, except if you're a mega Kraken that doesn't really care and you have unlimited energy, right?
Yeah, sure.
So the next best thing is to go farm the Sand Devils. the Sand Devils will give you much better value than the Shogun. But of course, there is more RNG in the Ascension. You might need to reroll more for an attack chest piece or for speed boots and stuff. We're going to get insane value from there, right? And a lot of people are not doing it. A lot of people are constantly saying, well, I cannot build champions with 6k attack and 250 crit damage. Well, you cannot build them because, one, you're not farming enough gear. Two, you're not putting your priorities straight, so you're not doing the right things in the game. It's nothing to do that you're a free-to-play player or not, because there are tons of free-to-play players that have very good stats on their champions, And of course, it does take time to get together to be able to build good your champions good and stuff. But if you're not putting your priorities straight, you're never going to get there,
Okay, yeah, that's true. Me, at the moment, I'm just farming this whenever I try to go for the Marius missions. Because I am working towards him, so hopefully I will get him at some point. And that's the only time when I'm farming. Otherwise, I don't spend any energy on those. But I know for sure that at some point I will end up doing, even though I do like the fact that I have some while I was farming, so I can upgrade some of my gear, and I like that. But I don't know, I feel like I'm not ready there,
Why is your best build on your champions, right? You've been playing for a while, right? So you've been playing for a while, casual or not. But I'm just curious, like, what's the best build that you have on your champion? Who's your pride and joy?
My pride and joy is obviously Gizmak.
Gizmak. So what stats you have on your Gizmak?
Let me show you. So that's pretty much it. But he's not. I wouldn't say he's my best one. He's decent.
He has a pretty average build, considering for how long you've been playing and stuff.
Yeah. However, I do like my
Rathalos. Has pretty good stats.
Yeah, he is
slow and stuff.
Yeah, he is in my Hydra team. I don't use him in other places. But in Hydra, he's absolutely amazing. I love this dude. And obviously, I would say Thor, but I'm missing some stuff on him. And I think at some point I'll be able to make him even stronger. I missed the 4-star because I was lacking a bunch of points. So now I have to look in the for his soul to get the 4-1 so I can get the 38% extra crit damage, and he's gonna be a beast after that. So these are pretty much my main ones, but I don't. I hope they do enough. I have other ones that are decent, but they're not great.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm trying to. I feel I can see the value that these are adding to my account whenever I get them, but I feel like I still need to get to that point, I still need to do a little bit more work and getting gear and stuff like that before I can start farming the Sand Devil and the Phantom Shogun.
Gotcha.
So yeah. Okay, let's I think we're done here with this one. We're not gonna talk about Faction Wars. I recently managed to get my Lydia, so I'm really happy about that. I think Faction War is mostly about getting the right champions, honestly, and using some good gear, and that's pretty much it. I don't think there's too much knowledge here.
The only thing with Faction Wars, that should be one of the main things you're doing in the game. So there are days with, let's just say, I'm going away holiday or something. The only thing I will never skip is Faction Wars. I can skip Clan Boss, but never Faction Wars.
Yeah,
because of the glyphs. Yeah.
Okay. I don't really do them that much. I mean, I'm done with them, and every now and then, for example, if I have this one, I know I'm doing 2 minutes to farm it, so I do it. But I have some of them where I don't really get that time because I don't have the champion. So I've done it with mostly epics and rares, and I finished it, and it takes like 20 minutes. So I'm not gonna do that for sure.
Yeah, you can always go to a lower stage,
Yeah, I can do that, but I don't. I feel like, I mean, it could be a good value even from a 4-star glyph. To be honest, but I feel
better than nothing.
Yeah. But okay, so this is maybe this is another one where I should improve a little bit more and get more glyphs, because they're really important for my gear. So maybe I should start doing this stuff as well, So arena, do you farm arena? I mean, we're gonna talk about all three of them. Do you farm?
I tend to farm mainly to do my quests. If by any chance I have plenty of time in that day to go and do some extra matches in Classic or a Tag Team Arena, I will.
Okay.
If not, I'm not gonna bother with those game modes. Sometimes I'm trying to go to platinum, of course, maybe to get the extra stats for whatever reason, but I'm not really too stressed about those two, especially
Okay.
Tech Team Arena, which is
Okay.
pointless.
What about Live Arena?
I do Live Arena pretty much daily now, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the same for me.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get my badge for a 10-win streak, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm trying to work towards the Great Hall one, so that takes a lot of time. I finished to max everything on my Hydra, so now I'm moving to the Curse City. I've done a few different ones, of course, for different areas, but the next priority for me now is to kind of like put more stats into the Curse City just to make my life easier. So I reduce that freaking RNG that's annoying in there,
Okay, since we're here, I think probably you would agree with me. You should start with ignore defense for Hydra, and then
I ignore defense on pretty much everything. So what I've done, initially I started with the Fire Knight, right? So I've maxed there quite a few different things.
Yeah, that's
Then I moved to the Hydra. Then they added, of course, the Sand Devils and the rest. I instantly went and maxed the ignore defense for the Sand Devil, the ignore defense for the Curse City, and then I went back to the Hydra. I regret maxing the Sand Devil one because shortly after they nerfed it, so I don't need it there anymore,
Yeah, that's true. So basically ignore defense on everything. I mean, whatever you have some issues, for example, if you don't have issues in Iron Twins, you're not gonna do it.
I know you should not even bot. So anything from the top of the Fire Knight is not worth doing. Okay. Even Clan Boss is not worth doing. The Dragon Slayer, Spider's Den, Doom Tower, not worth doing because you will quickly be able to challenge those areas without investing into the Hydra. Into the Great Hall, sorry, which is very costly. So I would strongly suggest you the Fire Knight is a hard dungeon. So you will need to try and get there the ignore defense and the speed, preferably. That would be very helpful for you. And then Hydra. Do your Hydra, ignore defense, do your crit damage, do your speed, do your attack if you can. Enemy max HP champions are just dead if you're looking to do good score in the Hydra clan boss. So you're relying on raw damage dealers.
Yeah.
So that will give them tons of value. And then, of course, if the Curse here is a priority for you, do your ignore defense in there as well. So I cannot tell you what a big difference it was for me to go from no ignore defense to ignore defense in the Curse City, right?
Okay.
Now I'm just able to one-shot pretty much all of the stages with the right nuker, So it made a massive difference.
Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know. I mean, I wasn't thinking about Curse City, but now that you mention it, it actually makes a lot of sense because in Curse City, I'm having some issues. We will get to that point in a moment and talk about that one as well. But yeah, that's a really good advice. Yeah, maybe once I'm done with my Hydra, probably Fire Knight I need to work because I can't really farm stage 10 and I need it for my mission for Marius.
Yeah, so maybe this will help me a little bit. Defense, that will help you a lot, yeah.
Okay, maybe I should start to work on this one and hopefully I can do it. Okay, so yeah, you say you farm Live Arena. I think this is important for everyone should farm Live Arena, and it's not just for the Great Hall. I think even to get these fragments for the primal shards, it's always good. These sets are decent, okay. So
they're good now, they're good set.
Okay, so let's move on from this one. Okay, my favorite part of the game, except for Demon Lord. I mean, Demon Lord used to be like a main event always for content creators back in the days. Everyone was talking about it, trying to put him together. Nowadays, I feel like after weeks, nobody's talking about Demon Lord anymore. Do you still try to put teams to? Okay, so but do you try to put teams together for it, or you just stop?
Not anymore, bro.
Okay.
When I started doing content, my channel was pretty much revolving around Clan Boss and Arena, right?
Yeah.
Back then, there were 2 unkillable teams, which were manual. So then I made up the double man-eater team. I've made the very first non-unkillable team to 1 kill Ultra Nightmare in the entire game. I've made tons of different Clan Boss things in the past, but now there's so many different champions for Clan Boss that is not a challenge as it used to be 4 years ago, right? So you have so many champions that work in Clan Boss now that is just a walk in the park for most of the players, right? Especially, I'm not talking about a brand new player that has 5 champions on his account. I'm just talking in general. There are a lot of options. So it's not a high priority content as it used to be before,
Okay.
Hydra is kind of like the next phase for it.
Yeah. So talking about Hydra, for example, for me, Hydra it's probably the best content in this game. I do love Hydra. I spent quite a lot of time here trying to put together some teams, do some stuff. And in fact, my live stream on Saturday involves Hydra, because what I do is I try to help people who are, let's say, new to the game, or they don't have a good team for Hydra, and I take over their accounts and I help them to put together a team. And I try to do 4, maybe 5 people every week, And I do love that because I help them, but at the same time, I fulfill my needs of doing Hydra, So it's a quid pro quo thing. And yeah, I love Hydra. So, but as an endgame player, do you, let's say you have your team that does like billions of damage, I think I've seen on your channel, but do you even try to make other teams, or you just stick with that one and that's it?
So Hydra is very, very important, right? I feel like when Hydra was released, us and I feel like only one other clan in the game was able to kill Hydra completely on all of the difficulties that mattered, we started kicking people out because they were not doing Hydra. So we were getting in new people. So we were very serious about it because it was so important because of Stone Skin and the rest of the things. Regarding about the teams and stuff, right? I do tend to build up new teams when I'm planning to go for records, personal bests and stuff. I don't tend to do it very often. It really depends how much time I have to dedicate to the Hydra clan boss. And I tend to do it usually on weeks where we're going hard.
Okay, so you do that thing where you're tanking on 1 week and you...
we don't tank ever, but some weeks are harder than others, depending on what opponent we have,
Okay, because I do know, in my cluster I have a bunch of clans. They are tanking sometimes, and I'm like, okay, just do whatever you want. Like, I don't know why they do it. I mean, I know why, because they want to lower the matching for the next one. So no, but for me, our clan is not that great. I mean, we are doing 7.9 billion. I think you can do that in just by yourself. So all this damage. But yeah, I think I do love Hydra, and I think everyone should go, because this is the thing, maybe you agree with me or not. The rewards here, yes, they are great. I love protection set. It's one of the best sets for me, for support champions. But I do love to get more points. So I do love this one, actually, the clash points. So I always tell people, if you can't do enough damage in hard or brutal to beat the damage that you do in normal, you should better go in normal and do the most amount of damage, so to get enough points for the Clash clan, and some people agree with me, some they say no, that's not true, because then you lose the rewards from like Nightmare or Brutal. But if you look at these rewards, they're not that different compared to the normal one. It's just maybe 1 star more or something like that. So
especially if you cannot get the top chest on Nightmare, you should definitely do something on normal to get you to the points that you need for the Clash.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with it. Normal still drops very good rewards. So it's not like it's an insane difference,
Yeah. Okay, so I would like to see what's the new one, but I did make a video about him trying to predict he's gonna be.
Give it a few more months.
Hopefully. And I hope he's gonna be a good one, just as good as Hydra, hopefully. But we'll see.
Most likely. It will be very similar, most likely.
Yeah. Okay, so talking about Doom Tower. Now, this is, I mean, finishing the Doom Tower on all difficulties and all rotations. I don't think a lot of people can do it. Okay. However, as an endgame player, what I'm interested to know, do you farm any of this except Dark Fae?
Not much, to be honest. All of the sets are pretty dead. Two good ones to farm right now are the Nether Spider and the Frost Spider.
Okay.
The Frostbite set is pretty nice. 2 pieces with a freeze, is not bad. The Affinity Breaker is definitely more relevant. After the buff and stuff, so they're not bad dungeons to farm. I don't do secret rooms for these rotations anymore, right? So I've completed everything with the Doom Towers. I've collected all of the champions. The Doom Tower gives you the best rewards in the game, so I would 100% encourage everyone to go and complete it daily to try and get to the highest possible floor, to collect the rewards. Do the secret rooms if you can. You're getting champions. Not all of them are relevant. Some of them are good. Some of them are not. But the main idea is I stopped doing secret rooms out of the Dark Fey rotation. I don't care about getting tons of pieces of gear from the rest because eventually it's just going to turn up into silver. It's nothing spectacular, you know.
Okay, so yeah, basically farming Doom Tower, it's important. But yeah, me personally, I don't really farm any of this. Except for, Dark Fey, like pretty much everyone. I think everyone should, even on normal, if you can't farm hard, even the first stage of Dark Fey, you should still farm it. You know, get some of those resources, and then later on you will have plenty more when you move to the hard one and you get the legendary parts. So you'll have enough to put some, some gear. Otherwise, you'll start from basically zero if you don't farm any of the Dark Fey. So I think this is important for pretty much everyone. Okay, Curse City. Yeah, here, man, I love Curse City and I hate Curse City at the same time. I don't know for you how it is. So I always tell people, farm normal, try to get that Merciless set because it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And if you can do hard, the problem here is that I hate that I can't get any of the accessories. I don't have the champions, honestly, to fight even this stage. Yeah, I don't have it. Okay, as much as I try, they can't deal with this one. There is only one rotation, I'm pretty sure, where I managed to actually get all the keys and try to fight Amuse on hard, and I was close to beating him, but I didn't. So I'm waiting for that rotation so I can try again, because I do need to beat him for the Marius mission. But other than that, I feel like I'm getting stuck sometimes
if I remember it correctly, for the Marius missions, I think you need to complete the entire map. Might be wrong.
No. I think the one before the last one, it's to beat the Amuse on hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then there is some stages here and there that you need to complete, which I've done already, so I don't care. I think it was this one, stage D9. I've already done this in that rotation. But how do you approach this one, the Curse? Do you farm it every single day and you try to go for everything, or?
Yeah, I always clear everything. So I think, if I remember correctly, I made a video once they released this, right? After they released it, I made a video to basically say what you just said before. Getting the gear from here is absolutely important.
Yeah.
Extremely, extremely good gear. And everybody should basically sweat to try and beat as many stages as possible. Now, as I mentioned, the Doom Tower gives you the best rewards in terms of shards, books.
Yeah.
But if you come to the Curse City, you're going to get the best rewards out of the entire game. You're getting energy, you're getting oils, you're getting pretty much everything that you need. Soul stones, you're getting everything from here, right? And the gear.
Yeah, and the gear.
So you should 1,000,000% do the Curse City. I know it's annoying. It will get less annoying with every single rotation. So for me, it went from being extremely annoying to I don't really care about it as much, in terms of, the stages are not as difficult as I mentioned.
Yeah.
I've put the ignore defense to maximum instantly when they added the area for the Great Hall. It completely changed it. Now I'm moving into the next step. I finished my Hydra, so I'm going to do my crit damage, I'm going to do my speed, then I'm going to go and do the attack and most likely the defense. Then I won't really bother with the accuracy and the resistance, most likely, at least not anytime soon. But that completely changes the entire thing. Now, there are a few stages that will absolutely take the piece out of you whenever they drop, because you have no crowd control champions. You're purely relying on stun sets. And one of them is the stage 21, if I'm not mistaken, with double Mortal Macabre. Not on this rotation, I think it was on the previous rotation. It just drove me nuts. Probably I tried it like 30, 40 times till I've beat it.
Yeah.
You know?
But
super annoying.
I'm curious. I mean, when you started to do Curse City, did you used to spend silver to swap the gear between champions, or you were just going and trying to do?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I've wasted around 150 to 200 million silver in the first couple of rotations.
Yeah. Because I think that's the problem, even for mid-game players, is that we don't have that much silver around to keep swapping gear between champions, which is why people stop at some point and then don't try to do it anymore.
What I do, basically we have the free gear removal once or twice a month now. I can't even remember how often they do it anymore.
Now, yeah.
So what I'm doing, I'm basically clearing everything that I can without swapping gear, right? And I leave those stages that I cannot beat. Usually they're not many, but in Sintranos, I tend to have every month 3 to 5 stages where I need to move gear on champions. So I'm waiting for the free gear removal, and I'm doing it then now.
Okay. And by the way, just for people, because I've noticed this during my live streams when I was doing the takeover accounts, and I was telling people to come and farm Curse City. It surprised me that a lot of people, they don't know there is a hard and normal.
Okay, is it,
so, yeah? So they were stuck on hard, and they were like, I don't know, I can't do it, because, and I was like, why you don't switch to normal? And they had nothing done in normal, and I was like,
yeah,
you know, you can change it, right? And they were like, oh my god, I didn't know that. So for those of you who don't know, you can switch to normal and try to farm some of the gear, and it's a lot easier. I've done mine in normal. I'm pretty much all of it done, so I do like that. But I didn't try for Amius. I couldn't do it. I had other things to do. Maybe I'll give it a try today, and hopefully I can beat him. But yeah, you can do this on normal and get.
Amius is easy. If you manual, it's easy. You just need to have a bit of an understanding of.
But I think it's important even some of the champions, because if you don't have the correct champions, I don't think
you just need champions to buff and a heal reduction basically, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so Curse City is done. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about Siege, even though I hate this. I don't know about you, but me, I hated this one from the very first second they announced it. I said it's bullshit, and I still think it's bullshit. What do you think as an endgame player?
So I love the idea. I feel like they've just implemented it poorly. They've done so many stupid mistakes with it. It's like they haven't really thought at all when they've made the whole mode. So you upgrade your stronghold. Basically you should upgrade your main building, right?
Yeah.
To make your freaking thing more powerful. But instead, it puts you at a disadvantage from 2 different points of view. One, the opponent gains 60 more attacks, 30 regular attacks plus 30 retries, right?
Yeah.
So that already gives the opponent an insane ability to beat all of your defenses, because he can constantly retry and retry and retry till he's gonna be that defense that you have on. So that's super stupid, okay? Then, if by any chance they cannot beat you, they're gonna boost the shit out of you, pardon my French, all the way to the end of the world. So they're just going to lose intentionally all of those extra additional 60 attacks, and they will boost you at the very, very top, while they're dropping points to fight easier opponents.
Oh, so actually, wait. Do people actually do that?
Oh,
I mean, in the higher clans, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't know about that. That's a
so
new
basically
thing.
we're getting pushed, so we're pushing them back. So you need to.
Wow. Okay.
Especially if you have a level 2 stronghold versus a level 1 stronghold, or even versus a level 2, you have all of those additional attacks that are just basically very stupid.
But is that for level 3 as well? Do they?
I don't know. I don't want to find out, honestly.
Okay.
I don't even want to think about it. Probably not, but you don't know.
Because that would be even stupider if they get even more attacks with.
This is not even described in the game, right? So when I've made videos basically to kind of like warn the people, do not level up your stronghold because this will happen. A lot of people did not believe me, said, "Whoa, there's no proof. Why are you not showing us proof?" I was like, bro, I'm just telling you, I cannot show you proof yet because it's not there. But that's exactly how it's going to work, because I have confirmation from Plarium. But it's not described in-game, you know?
Yeah.
If you go at the information related to the Siege mode, you're not going to find that in there.
Okay. Yeah, so, then, I mean, I'm my clan, we are trying to stay away from Siege as much as we can. We just do the fights, and that we don't bother with this one. Unless they change it and they make it better, for me, it's completely out of questions. I don't even care about it. Okay, so just some final thoughts. What do you think about the mine? Should you upgrade it as an endgame player, or do you think it's important or not?
I do have it. I think it's good. I think it's good to have it. You're getting some gems every now and then. You're not getting much from it though. That's the only thing. I wish they would up a bit of production for it. You know.
Okay. What about Sparring Pit? Do you think
I don't have it maxed? No,
okay.
I don't have it maxed.
Okay, because I'm asking about these questions because sometimes people ask, should I do it? Should I not do it? And I'm like, it's your game, do whatever you want, but I wouldn't do it, in fact, I think I only upgraded the mine one time and that's it.
So don't get me wrong, I would have done it ages ago, It's not that costly to do it, and in the long run, it's 100% worth to invest in the Guardian Ring too. But what I don't like about it is that you constantly need to log in to click level up, level up, level up, level up. If not, the champions will stay stuck on that level. To be honest, on my account, which is not the case for the majority of the players, of course, I don't really have many champions to level up.
Okay.
I don't have many champions to rank to the next 6 stars, basically. So I only put levels into high-level champions during events, tournaments that require us to do the champ training, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really use the sparring pit at all anymore, you know.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, this could be a good advice because you're basically wasting a lot of gems for, I don't know. If you like to stay in game for 24 hours and try to click there, then yeah.
That's the problem, you know. If you wouldn't have to do that, I would suggest it to unlock it, but not a necessity to take it to the highest level, you know. I wouldn't do that.
And I think the last one I wanted to ask, it's about fusions. Do you prepare for the fusion? Do you save resources, or you just wait whenever it starts? You just go with it and try to do your best and take out the wallets every now and then? How do you approach that one?
I tend to save shards if I can, you know. Sometimes a good 15x comes out and I'm gonna open the shards for it, or if it's a 2x on primals, I'm not gonna wait for the fusion and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But ancients and sacreds don't really have value for my account anymore. Only for fusions, basically, you know. So
okay,
that's about it. Yeah.
So yeah, as an endgame player, you what you're saying is that once your account gets stacked with champions, you don't really care about the 2x event and stuff like that to open them. You just wait for the fusion, right? I think
the main thing is it's not even about the quantity of champions; it's the quality of the champions that you can get from those shards. And let's be honest, you open ancient sacreds, they're probably 15, 20 good legendary champions out of all of them in the game. The rest are completely irrelevant. Yes, they can be helpful for progression, but they have no longevity. They have basically no value in the end game. So I would love a Harima. I would love to get another Rotos, another Armans, etc. to empower them.
Yeah.
But there isn't much, honestly, that really gives you value. Primals, yes, you get mythical champions, and you can get, of course, the same legendaries like from the other ones. Void shards, even the void shards are not as appealing. I still need to empower a lot of void champions and stuff, but I'm well aware that I need to spend thousands and thousands to do that, and I don't want to do it, so I don't really care about it. I still care about getting Shuzan and Eyasu as the void legendary champions, but I don't really care about any other void legendary. They're only empowerment, right? So the main thing that I kind of like prioritize is primal shards because of the mythical champions and the power creep.
Yeah. So you would advise people like mid-game players to open whenever there's a 2x event or a champion that is really good and it's like 10 times or stuff like that, or would you say just save your shards?
I mean, it depends. It depends what's their priority, you know. If they're able to do fusions without having to worry about that, then open them whenever, you know. If you're counting on those shards to do fusions, save them for fusions, because with a fusion, you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting a guaranteed champion, right? You know it's going to be Thor. Thor is going to be badass in Hydra. Thor is going to be badass here. He's going to do this for my account. If you go and you open even during a 10x, during a 15x, during a 1+1, during a whatever, and it's not a guaranteed event, you never know what you're getting. So you're going to go and open 200 ancient shards, and you're going to come back with an Opardin and God knows what other trash champion. And then you're going to be like, well, I cannot do the Newt fusion. I cannot do the Thor fusion because I was an idiot and opened my shards before to get trash. So it's all about setting your priorities right if you want to succeed in this game and basically have more fun, you know?
Yeah.
And don't cry all the time.
That's true. All right, so that was a little interview that we had. Thank you so much, Scratch, for joining me and for all these advices. And I hope everyone learned a little bit more about the game and how to change your mentality when you approach the game and you do the content in this game. So yeah, thank you so much. And I hope to see you in the next one.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.